نحن أبناء الفضيلة كلنا عزم أكيد على التقدم والرقي إلى العلا وإلى المزيد. قرآننا دستورنا.
أعزائي طلاب الصف الأول المتوسط، أهلا ومرحبا بكم في درس جديد من دروس مادة اللغة الإنجليزية. Hi everyone, how it's going today? I hope you are well. Today we are going to study Unit 7. We are going to study some grammar points in Unit 7.
And we are going to look at the future tense. So we're going to look at verbs in the future tense, and in particular we are going to look at the form of going to plus a verb. Okay, because in English there are lots of different future tenses. There are about 4 or 5, and this is the first one. So, for an example, here we can see somebody is reading a book, and here, so we can say in the future, tonight I am going to read a book. Okay, so this is talking about the future, and the person is saying, I am going to read a book. Okay, so let's look at this structure in more detail. Let's conjugate the verb. So we say, I am going to read. You are going to read. He, she, it is going to read. We are going to read. And they are going to read. And now let's look at the other forms of the structure. So here we have already seen this on the left, so I am not going to explain it again. So this is the affirmative, and the other form we can have is the question form. So let's look at the question form. Am I going to read? Are you going to read? Is he, she, or it going to read? Are we going to read? And are they going to read? So this is just a normal question form. So we reverse the order of the subject I with am. So this is the verb to be. Again, you should watch is the question form of I am going. And then we always follow it with the infinitive plus the verb. Infinitive form of the verb. So, are you going to read? And finally, let's look at the negative form. I am not going to read. You are not going to read. He, she, it is not going to read. We are not going to read. And they are not going to read. The important word here is the word not. So in the negative, we add the word not. Now let's look at some uses of going to. So the first main use is an action in the future that has been planned or prepared. So it is a future tense, and we use it to describe something that is going to happen in the future, and we have planned it, or it is prepared, so we know it is going to happen. Let's look at some examples. Example 1. I am going to buy a car next week. So this is planned. Okay, we know we are going to buy a car. It's next week. And so we say, I am going to buy a car next week. Example 2. Tomorrow we are going to visit London. So tomorrow is in the future, and we are going to visit London. So going, we are going, and then we have to visit. So this is the verb in the infinitive form, to visit. Another use of going to. So another use is a conclusion of something in the immediate future. Okay, so we can also call this an expectation. So based on something in the present, so there is a situation in the present. Example. There are lots of clouds in the sky. It is going to rain. So the first part of the sentence shows the present. So in the present, right now, we can see there are lots of clouds in the sky. So because of that, in the future, we know that it is going to rain. So that is what I mean when I talk about a conclusion, okay? An expectation. It is expected that it is going to rain. So because of this situation in the present, we know in the future that it is going to rain. So we use the future tense. We use going to rain. So another example. David missed the bus. He is going to be late. So David here, he woke up late. He woke up and he missed the bus. David missed the bus. He is going to be late. So David here, he woke up late. He woke up and he missed the bus. He was late for the bus. So because of this, then the conclusion is this. So the conclusion is he is going to be late. So the first one, I would like you to put the verbs in brackets in the correct form using going to. So this is the question. And for all of these exercises, the verb in brackets, so these are the brackets, I want you to put this verb into the going to form. So the answer here would be, she is going to wear her blue dress at the party. So you'll get 10 seconds. Question 1. And the answer is, I am going to help my sister tomorrow. Question 2. Sarah is going to cook my favorite meal tonight. Exercise 2. So this time, similar exercise. Put the verbs in brackets in the correct question form. So this time, I want you to make some questions. So I want you to make some questions using the verb where, for example, using the verb where and he. Okay, so this is the question, and the answer for this one would be, is he going to wear his red tie? Question 1. So the answer is, are you going to clean the bathroom later? Is John going to watch the football tonight? And the third exercise, the same exercise, but this time I want you to put the verb in brackets in the negative. The negative. Example. So for this one, I want you to put the verb sing. I want you to put it in the negative using the verb going to. So the answer for this one would be, she is not going to sing at the concert on Friday. I am not going to be rude to my teacher. I am not going to be rude to my teacher. Rude means it is the opposite of polite. The opposite of polite. Question 2. We are not going to play football after work. Question 3.
Thank you for watching. Wishes you a nice day and goodbye.